Hi guys. Um Not even sure where to start really. I hope that everybody is enjoying their weekend. This is the weekend after Thanksgiving, so most everybody's been busy. Sorry, I'm hearing stuff outside. Okay, so the affirmation for the day. It is safe to be who I am. Uh yeah, it is safe to be who I am. If you want a screenshot, that is a big one, especially if you are into things that are not mainstream or considered taboo, like tarot or astrology, or, you know, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I personally am into that people have opinions about. People have opinions, bad opinions. Um, and most of the people who have the bad opinions don't have a clue what they're talking about. They don't actually know about anything that I do. They just have an opinion about it, which to each their own, you know. I know it scares a lot of people. A lot of the things that I do, it doesn't scare me. It's not something to be afraid of, but some people are. And it's funny because I'm seeing a lot of, not so much in the read, but a lot of stuff about safety and protection. And so I wonder if there isn't something else going on. Maybe, I mean, there's been a lot of energies, but nothing so huge that, I couldn't wait to get on here and tell you guys about. Numbers have been kind of similar. There's been a lot of numbers, and they've been coming in pretty fast. There's times where numbers are really slow, and there's times where they're really fast, and there's times where they just kind of flow in. So right now it's kind of a fast time, number after number after number. Anyway, it is safe to be who I am. That's what you need to focus on today. The angel number, no nudity in this one, is weight, or I mean the self care. Self care. Self care card for the day is wait. Honor your resistance. Sometimes no action is the best action of all. Uh, so we got safe, we got wait, and we got the angel message for the day is also protection. You are safe. Do not fear. We are with you always, surrounding you with our ethereal wings of light. And the word of the day is fulfillment. So it has a different vibe to it, but seriously, that is like three things that I pulled, boom, 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 for the read that were all about protection and being safe. So I don't know if somebody's or a lot of somebody's are just not feeling very safe right now. I don't I don't know that anybody really feels safe, but I think we're getting to a point where we're feeling safe within the uh, unsafety. Yeah, I mean it's been so crazy. What 2020, like everything's been pretty insane since like 2019. And we're going into 2025. Can you believe that? This is what I'm saying. The other day I was talking. I can't remember what video it was, but I was talking about that. It feels like day to day there is a feeling like nothing's moving, nothing's happening, everything is staying exactly the same, and then all of a sudden you look up and it's like boom, you realize a whole entire year has passed. It's a very bizarre feeling. Um, so the read. Oh, well, first of all, I want to tell you guys, I was something sparked my new moon. New moon. There is a new moon December 1st in Sagittarius. On December 1st. Yeah, December 1st. So we've got how many days in this month? So tomorrow. So we are in the new moon energy right now. And in this energy, I'll tell you, without going too far into the whole astrology thing, the houses in the United States, the United States chart, if you live in the United States, then then the houses that are activated during this new moon are the first house, which is where the new moon is actually occurring, and it is conjunct the United States ascendant, which is the rising sign, which is a very key part of the chart. It is in opposition to Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, which is retrograde in the 7th house of partnerships. Okay, retrograde means that it's not functioning normally, and Jupiter is about expansion. It makes everything bigger, or it makes everything more grand. It is the planet of abundance. And then you have, so first house is the house of the self. And the 7th house is the house of, and it's literally happening right along that axis, that line between the ascendant and the descendant. And so it's first house, or no, 12th house. Yeah, 12th house opposing 7th house, really. Is that right? If it was, let me think here. Okay, so the new moon itself isn't going to do that, but it's going to happen towards the end of the new moon. You know what? Let me see where it is right now. Oh no, because I ran it for, yeah. So I don't have an hour adjustment on this chart system. So I'm going to say it is 1st to 7th because the degrees are really, really close. But it's right on the ascendant and the descendant. And the ascendant is how you appear to other people, or what you show to other people. It's like the mask that you wear in public. Like, if you are trying to hide your true self, the ascendant is that mask. And it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting in how we literally have a mask. So we have the ability to wear that mask whenever we want. This would be the United States, and the 7th house is partnerships, and the first house is the self. So, and the 12th house is the subconscious or hidden enemies. So this might actually, like I said, I don't have an hour, so I can't get exact, but this might actually happen in the 12th house. And then if it does, then it is in opposition to, anyway, 12th, 12th, oh, here we are, 12th to 7th. Yeah, I think this is, or would it actually be down here? So anyway, you got Jupiter on the descendant at about the same degrees. You've got the sun and moon on the ascendant. And then the other thing that I noticed is Mars, which is the planet of aggression and fighting and war and all that kind of stuff, is in the 8th house in Leo. And I keep picking up on this Leo energy. And it is in opposition to Pluto in the 2nd house. The 2nd house is your money, your money. And the 8th house is other people's money. So it is literally an economic struggle versus, and at the same time, not versus, at the same time, we have a relationship struggle going on. And if you look at the world events right now, you can see that actually playing out. You can see how it is affecting. And those are the two major things that are going on in this chart without getting into aspects or anything else, just going with, and then a shit ton of healing at home, which is where we are in yeah, that's in Aries. But Chiron is conjunct Chiron in Aries. So healing, the self versus partnerships, or the self versus partnerships, our money versus other people's money. We have some serious problems with finances, you guys. Serious problems. Anyway, and that Leo energy is Mars. And I've been seeing that Leo energy everywhere. I was even thinking about it this morning. I was doing something kind of mundane, and that Leo energy just kind of came up. And I was thinking, why am I seeing this Leo energy? You know, I was trying to figure out what it means. Well, the one thing that I could come up with was ego. And maybe that is Mars in Leo. Maybe Mars in Leo has a tendency to ignite the ego, because Leo has a tendency to ego centricism or ego mania, ego. No, I'm sorry if you're a Leo. I apologize. No, but that is a challenge of the Leo sign, is to keep the ego in check, because they're so proud. They're so prideful. Leo, lion, pride. Yeah, they are very filled with pride. And like Libra, where they're trying to constantly, you know, find balance, Leo struggles with keeping their ego in check. And I think probably Mars has ego. Mars is ego. Mars got a big ego. Ruled by Aries, another fire sign. Yeah. So I think that's probably it. I think there's a key to just in the energy, there is a key to ego and fire planets and keeping your ego in check. It may be that it's hard to keep your ego in check right now with that Mars running through Leo. Yeah, that could be a big issue for some people. Some people who have, Leo placements, Leo planets. There is a node, North Node is also involved in this, in exact conjunction with Mars. So there's something going on there that I would have to look a little deeper into, but just general thoughts of what I was thinking about today. Okay, so yeah, I got this new deck, Angelarium. Got this new deck, and it was kind of interesting. I decided to pull a card just to see, and I just wanted to see how it fit into the daily readings. And I held it back because the one that I picked was Azrael, which is the angel of death. It says to assist the assistant to man's creation and the architect of the human body, Azrael stands alone on the shores of morality, helping remove the souls from the bodies of dying men. Like precious seeds from the rotting core of an apple, the grim harvest is not to be feared, but demands respect as few other things in time and space. From under the shroud of purpose come the hands of Azrael. O death, come to lay your hands upon me. O death, unfurl your fingers from my destiny. O death, do not search here or there. It will reveal itself in time. It will breach the surface for a moment. It will take you and pull you under. You will know, and the knowledge will fill you, even as it consumes your soul. Signs: an apple, the ocean, and a skull. And this is Azrael. And it's pretty freaking wicked. That is the angel Azrael, collecting souls. Very intense. Um, yeah. So I wasn't really sure. It was so intense when I pulled it. I decided to go ahead and read it, because it might have some bearing for somebody. Okay. Now, let's see. The read. Oh, yeah, the read. So, this is a collective read. It is not a personal reading. Uh, the collective is humanity, and within humanity, there are hundreds of different energies. I am focusing on one particular energy group. I don't do this specifically. I leave it open to my guides to select the topic, or what they want me to read. I don't ask for anything specific. So if you are resonating with this read, it is probably an energy that you reside in. You can change your energy by changing things in your life, changing your attitude, changing your religion, changing your happiness. Like if you're not very happy versus you are happy, um, the way you eat, the way you protect the planet, the way you communicate with other people, various different things will change your vibration and your energy group. So, if you don't like the group that you're in, you can change that by changing things about yourself. Um, so, this read is, I believe, another single person. Uh, there is somebody in the past, kind of distant, but I think it's this person thinking about this person or thinking about, well, it might be maybe himself. I think it might be himself from the past. Uh, anyway, it does appear to be a masculine energy. And there are very, very few cards in this read. In fact, there's one, two, three, four verses two, four, six. Yeah, six versus four, six reversed, four upright. And I thought, God, did I shuffle it badly or incorrectly when I did this? Because they just kept coming out upside down, and upside down can have a tendency to indicate of uh, negative thought process, negative mindset, negative state of being. So I would say that this person is probably pulling a little bit more towards the negative side than the positive side. Um, they their situation is they're very impatient and impatient about what is, I'm not entirely sure. Um, Justice, legal issues, corruption, retribution, dishonesty, and it came up in the reverse. So unfairness. So it's something that they feel was done unfairly to them, and they are impatient to tell somebody about it. Or the card that came up in the, what do you call it, the challenge area is defending, being defensive, defending your position, defending something that doesn't need to be defended. Uh, Defending, it's like somebody has something in their head that they feel they have been unjustly accused of, or maybe uh, yeah, there's something that they feel that somebody has done to them or said to them that is not factual, not um, justified. uh, they think that, but I don't know. Let's see. It says that there was a mistake, grief, trauma, stress, loss, mourning, disappointment. I'm thinking, my question was what they, what they experienced, was it a was it um, was it justified? Is there defending something justified? Did, what was it? And it's saying that they lost something. They lost something and they are upset about losing it. It shows that they know that they have a problem not focusing. And um, that is that is actually on an unconscious level. So it's kind of like they know that they don't focus well, uh, and they know that that's probably part of the problem. That their lack of focus on something is what's causing their issue, but they still can't quite get a grip on it. It shows in the past they were weak. They were caught up emotionally. They, um, yeah, I'm thinking it's more mental energy. Like, it's like they're very upset. It's something going on with their brain, with their mind. Their mind is caught up in uh, some situation in the past. And they're literally stuck in the past because I looked at the person. Well, I'll explain that a little bit more when I get there. But bottom line is, in another section of this reading, I saw that this person is literally stuck in the past. There is something in the past that they have not healed, and it is something that they think about a lot, and they're very emotional about it. It's something that they've done, possibly, or it could have been something that was done to them. But when I inquired a little bit further about it, I found that it was um, this person being just consumed by their own guilt. Now, illness, I believe, is caused by emotion. And my advice to this person who is stuck in the past and they are very emotional about something that has happened in the past is that they need to deal with this pain. They need to heal this problem, and they need to do it quickly, because that is like, I don't want to say like, I don't want to say what disease or what thing I believe comes from that, um, because I don't want to put something in somebody's head. But healing is really important, because if you don't heal, it's almost like that dead emotional weight and that constant thinking about past things that have gone wrong. I'm assuming this is something that this person has done. So this person needs to make amends. They need to apologize to whoever they've done this to. They need to, if it's a financial thing, they need to pay up and take care of the problem, take care of the financial aspects of it. They need to, um, cure whatever it is with the person, or if they can't cure it with the person, then they have to cure it with themselves. And yeah, there's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of guilt, but there's also some stuff around it too. Um, so it's almost like there's two situations. There is, like, this person must have been in a situation, and in that situation, they kept focusing on some situation that happened before they were in that situation. That situation that they were in is now in the past. So I think they're thinking about the past situation plus the situation before that. They're really stuck in the past. Whoever this is, they're stuck in things that happened in the past that they they are not, they're tormented by, they're tortured by, literally tortured by. um I don't remember what that was, but so anyway, they got they got a problem with focus. They know they need to focus better. Their intention right now, or whenever this is to stop something from happening. And I'm not entirely sure what that is. Blocked intuition. You know, it's almost like, uh, yeah. So there was a woman, it appears, in the past. She was a very nice woman, very loving, very kind, very nurturing. She comes up as the Queen of Cups. I did confirm that it is a woman, and it shows that there was, it came up with the Page of Pentacles reversed. So it looks like it was a fairly new situation, and there was a lack of commitment to the situation. And there were a lot of repressed emotions, inner turmoil, confusion, blocked intuition, insomnia. Uh, it's a delusion. There was a delusion about, and I don't know if it was about this woman or if it created, like, it's almost like uh, they maybe they didn't see this woman properly. They didn't see her clearly, because the moon is there, and uh, it ended, obviously. And I don't know if this was a romantic partnership, or, I mean, the Queen of Cups would indicate that it was a romantic relationship, or at least that she was romantic, but there's no cups. There's no indication that this was a loving relationship. So I am thinking it was not a love situation. There's no love here. None of this is about love. So I don't know. Maybe it was a sister, maybe it was a friend, maybe it was, I don't know who it was, but there is no, uh, there's no, like, I'm not seeing any heartbreak. I'm not seeing any, major. So I'm going to say it's either a family member or a friend. Um, anyway, so they are having a hard time because, oh, you know what? Hmm, yeah, I don't know. So this woman, this Queen of Cups, for some reason, he wants to stop her or slow her down from moving forward. Uh, and that's the first time that she showed up, so I have absolutely no idea. Although in the future, it does show that the lovers reversed, which is not a good partnership. Um, so in the past with this partnership, there was good health, healing, inspiration, miracles, spirituality, creativity. Currently, it is in a horrible situation, all based on feelings, termination, gossip, solitude, isolation, reckless, cheating, lack of support. So I'm guessing maybe the Queen of Cups was somebody that he was dating, broke up with. But again, I wouldn't I wouldn't. If it was a love relationship, he's really kind of angry and bitter because there's no cups here, with the exception of the cup that is about feelings, and it's a lot of gossip and a lot of bad stuff. And then in the future, it shows impatience, again, big changes, problem solving, mental agility, intellect. This usually is communication. It's picking a fight with somebody, like when you have a bone to pick. Yeah, this is a bone to pick. And it doesn't really matter if it can be email, it can be um, text, it can be face to face, but it's usually a fight that you instigate, you start, and you might take a beating. You might take a beating by starting that fight. Um, and it's actually kind of a checker, like make sure that you're willing to take this risk because you might take a beating if you attempt to start this fight. So this person is going to start a fight with somebody. I'm thinking it might be that Queen of Cups up there. They might take a beating. Uh, they have a whole lot of stuff going on in their head about the past. They're thinking about things and they're feeling very, very guilty. Um, and there is the participation card comes up in the future, and I'm wondering if uh, there isn't something more going on, but I'll see that in the environment. Okay, so the what to do category is don't be generous. Um, I'm not sure. No generosity, um, no balance, haste, arrogance, jealousy, violence, anger, egotism, lack of stability, lack of resources. For some reason, this is financial and um, so there's something about a soulmate relationship here too. So I don't know if that might be why they're trying to stop it. But whatever it is, oh my God. She's like all whipped up. I'm gonna have to shut my door. Hang on. She's gonna be demolished. She comes running to tell me I shut the door. Okay, so you wouldn't like it if I let her go. You would be like, shut that dog up. Okay, so um, the environment that this person is in. Um, okay, the environment. Um, mental confusion, um, failure, creative blocks, wrong directions. You know what's odd about this, though? Here's what's odd about this. In both circumstances, um, there is all this negativity and irritation and um, bad vibes all the way through this whole thing. with the exception of the near future. The near future shows that there is harmony, peace, tranquility, soulmate relationships. I get soulmate relationship twice. So I don't know if maybe this person is trying to stop a relationship that is blooming. Like, it looks like they were in a relationship with somebody. They treated that somebody poorly because they were lost in their own thoughts, they were trapped in their own mind in the past. They weren't living the relationship in the now, in this moment. It's like they were totally lost in their own selfish shit that was coming from not healing the problems that they've had in the past. And they were so mentally stuck in those problems that they really weren't paying attention to what they were doing. And it looks like they were in a relationship with this Queen of Cups. And they're trying to stop, because it shows the Chariot in reverse. So they're trying to slow down or stop this Queen of Cups. And it shows there's a fight or there's some harsh and very like, what do you call it? It's like an attack in the communication, and that can be, it can be online, it could be in emails, it could be letters, it could be face to face, it could be anything. It's just coming very fast, and it's very, very vicious, not kind at all. And then over here, which is the other side of it, it shows that the man, I'm going to jump to the outcome. The outcome is that this man is right now currently going, like, being carefree and going with the flow. But he is stuck in the past. And he is currently in a tower. So a tower is when you realize that, when you have a realization about something, like all of a sudden you realize you were wrong about something, or you were right about something, or you know, it could be karma. A lot of times the tower will show up when there's you know, some kind of karma that is being paid to this person, and they're going through a very difficult time financially, maybe with, you know, relationships, whatever. And it shows that they have an incoming influence that is a big burden, and I'm not sure what that burden is, and I don't really even want to like dig into it, because I don't think it's something that is important to the read, other than to say there is somebody in that person's energy that is burdening or being a burden. The Fool, which is being carefree and going with the flow, a new beginning, a new new adventure, you know, some new thing. But it's about being carefree for the most part and just experiencing life. It comes up twice in a very short period of time. It comes up in their hopes and fears, and then it comes up as the outcome of who this King of Wands is. The King of Wands is usually I think it signifies Aries for the most part, but the King of Wands are action. They're getting things done. They're very motivational, high energy. Uh, they're they're doers. They're not thinkers. They're not feelers. They're action people. They get things done. Um, and it shows that this person is clinging to the past. And for some reason, but then at the same time, the outcome is be carefree and go with the flow. So I don't know that this person actually has a focus or a direction, or if they're just kind of winging it. It almost appears like they're not the decision makers here. They're winging it. They're like, well, okay, whatever you say. You know, let's rob this bank. Your friend says, let's rob this bank, and you're like, okay, whatever, man, let's go and rob this bank. That would be carefree and go with the flow, when you probably shouldn't be. You probably, should think this through. But this person, for some reason, they are, uh, it doesn't appear that they're actually the one making the decisions about anything here, other than the fact that they're stuck in their own mind and they're stuck in the past and they feel guilty about the past. In the environment. So here's what I think is weird. In the environment and the what to do, there is, when I pulled cards to look at those two areas, the first two, I pulled 3 for each. The first 2 on each of those are bad cards. It's all about struggle, strife, fighting, no clarity, nothing starting new. We've got the High Priestess in reverse, which is somebody who is not in touch with their intuition at all. Maybe they have even been cut off. They will do that. Spirit will do that. If you are a person who is constantly causing pain and problems for other people, your guides, God, the universe, will get sick of your shit and they will cut you off. They will deem you as probably not going to make it. And they will cut the cord. They will say, okay, you no longer get any help from us, from the higher realms. They will cut you off. They will do it. They're very patient about it, but they will cut you off. So you don't really want to go that direction. And I mean, it takes quite a bit. But once it's done, it's very hard to get it undone. And that is kind of what this is saying. This is saying that somebody within this man's environment has been cut off. He possibly has been cut off. Him and a lot of people around him could have been cut off. And it shows that his judgment was really clouded in the past. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion. People do not have focus around him. And I think it's really funny because it says down here that he's aware that he has a problem focusing and he just doesn't do it. And then over here in the environment currently, there is some resolution of conflict. There is some respecting differences. And it does, this is what I find so bizarre, is even though there's a lot of struggle and strife and arguments and fights and so on and so forth, the ending card in the environment and the what to do, um, both of those have soulmate energy coming through. So I don't know if this is a plan to keep soulmates apart and their efforts are going to fail. That would be one possibility. The other possibility would be that this person has a soulmate coming in, but I'm thinking the fact that they're stuck in the past and they're causing, they're fighting, and there's so many swords and so much mental activity. I cannot imagine that this person has the capability of having a soulmate connection. Not that they're all perfect, I'm not saying that, but you do have to be at a certain frequency or a certain level to attract that type of a relationship. So I'm not thinking it's this guy. I'm thinking it might be this woman who he's trying to slow down, he's trying to stop. I'm thinking that this woman is somebody that he was in a relationship with. He was self absorbed, not paying attention to the relationship or not paying attention to her. She ended it. He is now trying to create problems. Maybe he got away from the situation and he realized that he made a big mistake and he's trying to get back together with her, and possibly that's what's happening. He's thinking that if he does these things, if he does this, he makes life hard for her, she'll take him back. No. No, she's not going to do that. Okay, so why do we have this lovers here? Oh, yeah. So she's going to run off and she's going to get into a relationship. So, explain the temperance. Yeah, so what is being planned right now? It looks like somebody within his environment and himself have a plan to slow down this Queen of Cups, who he is angry at and he feels disrespected by, or like she's done something to him, but I don't see anything that shows that she's done something to him. I see a whole lot of stuff about him being trapped in this mental state, but I don't see anything that she has actually done to him, except for maybe she was the one that ended it. And he's mad about that. Or maybe he realized after they split up that he was more happy than he thought he was, or she had something that he wanted. Because I don't see a whole lot of love here, no matter what area we're looking at. I just see that he feels dejected, I guess would be a good word for it. Anyway, in both circumstances, in the what to do and the environment, so there's got to be somebody it's either his own energy or possibly other people working with him. Whatever their plan is, whatever this communication, this fight is, whatever that is, he thinks that is going to solve the problem, but it's actually going to make it worse. It's actually going to speed things up, not slow things down like he's thinking over here. And I don't know that he is actually the one that is making the plans because um, you got the fool twice. And he's concerned that this plan might fail. He's concerned. He's got isolation or crying in the hopes and fears category. And it looks like whatever this is, it is going to take place fairly soon. Um, it looks like yeah, in the near future we have you know the lovers in reverse, and we've got this uh, fighting card, this communication card, this be careful, be careful, be careful, because you may not survive this. I know whenever I'm getting ready to give somebody my 2 cents and I see this card, I'll automatically change my mind because I know that I'm going to take a beating if I do this. This is my warning card to say, yeah, I don't want to, get into that energy. And then gossip, solitude, isolation, recklessness, cheating, lack of support. That is all coming out. And it's funny because all the way through this reading, there is a very positive tone to it. There is a very positive thread, very positive an energy. So it's almost like you've got a very positive energy and a very negative energy that are combined or side by side. They're both kind of functioning in this. And the very positive energy is just kind of going along doing their thing, and the very negative energy is on their heels, trying to make life hard for them, trying to create some kind of bad impression, some type of, I don't know, some type of chaos, anger, I don't know, something along those lines. And back to the beginning, we've got protection, we've got weight, and we've got it is safe to be who I am. So we've got a lot of stuff about safety and protection in this as well. So I really don't, I think this man, even though he's coming up as a person who he's coming up as a person who is motivated, who, is getting things done, who, he doesn't come up as a quote unquote bad guy. So I don't think he is necessarily the one that is causing the problems. It's the person or people who are in his environment that are creating a lot of the problems. And he is like, whatever, I'm just going to go with the flow. So I don't understand why all these people in his environment would be so consumed with this breakup, with these two people who have broken up. Maybe they don't like it. Maybe they didn't want them to break up. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they didn't like the way that it broke up. I'm not really sure, but I do know that they weren't compatible energy-wise. She is very sweet, very kind, very loving. He is not, he doesn't come up as her counterpart, which would be the King of Cups, as a very kind and loving person. He comes up as the King of Wands, who is a very different energy. It's like fire. It's like putting an Aries and a Pisces together, or it's like it probably doesn't work. And he's got all this stuff. He's got all this mental stuff going on. And I don't think it has anything to do with her. I think it has just something to do with him. So it'll be interesting to see if this plays out. But I can say it won't work. Whatever they're doing, he should not be carefree and go with the flow. It won't work. There is not a win here. What everybody needs to do is just go to their separate corners and stop worrying about what the other people are doing. That is the way you win this situation. You just leave everybody alone. But for some reason, there's people in the environment that do not want that to happen, and they are not in touch with their intuition. So I don't know if maybe it's a substance problem, maybe they're all partying, drinking, that type of thing. That's possible. But whoever it is that is around them, those people really need to get a grip and kind of get back to their intuition, because there is no intuition. There's no intuition functioning. Now, the runes, I thought was really interesting. I got balsamic moon, which is a moon phase. I got full or new. I think this is full moon, or no, maybe it's new. I don't know. I'll have to look. And then we got the number 9. And the number 9 is completion. So the number 9 is fruition, attainment, fulfillment, wisdom, strength, compassion, completion, and optimism. So it is actually that there's 10, which is a completion of a cycle, but technically the number 10 doesn't exist, because in numerology, 10 is converted to a 1, which is a new beginning. So the number 9 here would actually be the end of something. Universal influence, vibrational frequencies, attainment, satisfaction, accomplishment, success, intellectual power, and decisiveness. That is a number 9. Then we have the balsamic moon phase. So first it was balsamic. Transition, release, transformation, renewal, purity, healing, soothing, surrender, readjustment, correcting, elimination, letting go of the past, and looking ahead to the future. Be prepared to let it all go. And that was in the past. And then, oh no. Nope, I'm wrong. This is actually crescent moon. Crescent moon phase. Time of clarity, or a time to clarify your new moon theme. Time of acting and working towards goals and intentions set during the new moon. This is the time after contemplation where action begins. And Then we have full moon, which is harvest, celebrate. Oh, before I go much further, crescent moon, talking about the new moon, and we have a new moon coming up tomorrow. Anyway, harvest, celebrate, gratitude, endurance, results, forgiveness, perfection, completion, consciousness, illumination, elimination, acknowledgement, celebrating accomplishments, refining and perfecting one's approach. And then we have the number 9, which is the universal influence, the vibrational frequencies, the attainment, the satisfaction. So that kind of goes along with what I'm seeing here with the what to do and the environment. Bad energy, and then good energy. Same thing I get here. Bad energy, and good energy. And that, not that these are bad, but a lot of like working through. So I wonder if there isn't some kind of healing element going on here, and that is why this, same thing with this thing. This guy is stuck in the past. He's worried. He's burdened, or he's got people around him who are burdened. But he is thinking, I'm just going to be carefree and go with the flow. So that's what I'm talking about. This like energy over here with his past, talking about him in his past. He was like chock full of guilt, but then there was this trust. But then at the same time, there's this emotional bondage that he was in. Kind of coming through some pain from the past. So I don't know. I schizophrenic maybe. That's all I can think of. I know that there's no more energies here. I can't feel any other energies. So I don't know. Maybe this person is in a phase of healing. Or maybe they think that whatever this fight, whatever this action with the not a good partnership, whatever this is coming up, maybe they think that is going to heal it. That's going to solve the problem. And that they're going to feel better once that is done. And I want to pull just because I want to pull on what this thing is. And of course, I don't get anything. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe they're trying to make somebody be an outsider, feel like they're an outsider. It kind of shows that there's a decision to be made, and they're having a really difficult time making the decision. Yeah, I don't know. They feel like they saw something differently, or incorrectly. And it's got the same energy as the reverse chariot up here, which means they're trying to slow somebody down. They're trying to make somebody feel like they don't belong, like they're nothing, like they're trying to make them feel like nobody cares, nobody wants anything from you, nobody, you know what I mean? Like it's a very vindictive kind of feeling, which I seems like the last, I don't know, 2 days, maybe 3 days. There was yesterday, I think it was a woman that I was reading, a female energy, but I don't remember if she was vindictive. I don't think she was, but maybe. I know, I think the day before, there was a lot of vindictive type of energy in that read. And this is similar to that. This is, I'm going to get you back for whatever it is they feel that has been done to them, but I'm not seeing that anything has actually been done to them, except for maybe they got left. Maybe they were broken up with. Maybe there was an ending to a relationship. Maybe they wanted to be in this relationship, but they're hoping that whatever this argument and fight if, energy is, that it will fix things and make whoever this person is more receptive to them. And that's why I think the carefree, go with the flow is here. It's all very kind of creepy. Kind of creepy, honestly. There's a lot of, again, all the cards that I've pulled out here, I don't see that this is some big love affair, some big romance. I'm not really sure if it's a family member, but there was definitely a falling out, and there's definitely a fight coming. And it's going to come in the fairly near future. Let me pick some of these up so that I'm not bumping everything around. And just say, let it go. let it go. You need to let it go. It's going to be probably ugly, whatever this thing is. And I am thinking that it's going to be on a moon phase. Now, this is the crescent moon, and this is the full moon, and this is the number 9. So there's definitely a cycle ending. The crescent moon is coming up. The new moon, or the full moon, is coming up, I think, around the 15th of the month, December. And then on tomorrow, which is Sunday, we have a new moon. We're probably in the new moon energy now. So I'm thinking that whatever this is, it's following a moon cycle. And typically, full moons are when people act erratic and do weird things. So maybe that full moon is a sign that whatever this situation is, it's going to happen around the full moon. The Black Moon astrology card for the day is Pisces, I believe. Isn't that gorgeous? I just absolutely love these cards. I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. And this was Anise Nin, the Four-Chambered Heart. And I hope I pronounced her name properly. Anais, maybe? Anais? In faith and trust, you must surrender to what is. Pisces, the double fish, is ruled by Neptune, god of the waters, oceans, and seas. It is a mutable sign, its home being the 12th house of self-undoing, Oh my. That pretty much explains this man's situation. He's kind of in a place of self undoing, unfortunately. Um, it is mysterious and unfathomable, fathom, fathomable, but can indicate a life that needs clarify as well as definition. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and symbolizes the old soul, one who has passed through many lives, has picked up much here and there, and experienced almost everything along the way, but sometimes doesn't process things well, and tends to repeat mistakes. Pisces have trouble maintaining boundaries, sometimes even feeling half erased. Feeling half erased. If you have ever observed a Pisces, you may notice that they don't appear as intelligent as they really are. You could even call them gullible or vague until they start cranking out works of genius, and they can be so physically tuned in it'll knock your socks off. Pisces is a beautiful sign with much compassion, devoting true visions that link up with the collective. Those ruled by the sign know much, know it all deep down, but have trouble sorting matters out. They are able to sense deeply, except for certain things extremely bad for them, which turns into mishaps and disasters. But through it all, Pisces still survives. Dreamers, artists, composers, poets, mystics, victims, and prisoners all fall under the rulership of this water sign. There is little doubt that higher consciousness falls under the domain of Pisces. In a superficial way, it looks as if the world is their oyster with their talent, beauty, sensitivity, and connectedness with the unknown. Pisces sees the best and is an idealist. But the flip side is of this is cynicism, which can come in waves. So dreams will lead you now, but clear thinking is a must. You may be extra sensitive to beauty currently. Poetry courses through you. You feel connected to the source. You like the idea of surrendering to what is. Compassion flows. Take advantage of inspiration and channel it into a creative project. If you have a notion or a dream, swim to it. Capture that wave. A great idea from the past may emerge, and you may want to return and finish it. But you will want to tackle this idea soon when you are inspired, or the entire matter could disappear into the rushes of the deep. About your question, you may be confused by the reactions of others or simply unable to get to the correct answer. Pisces can be like a pristine sea or the muck of a swamp. So getting lost is a danger. Make sure you're not being pulled under by other people's complications. It's even possible you have someone in your life who saps you. Usually, this is not intentional, but because of some delusional way of unthinking or viewing the world that clouds the issue. Don't fall into this same confusion. Make sure you are protected and have the proper boundaries. You may have physical symptoms, but find no reason for them. Be careful when this card comes up, especially in regards to medicines or drugs, because allergies and strange reactions to medications may develop. I wonder if that is why this man is in this state that he's in. When the Pisces card is involved, circumstances may be covert or at least obscured from view. The Pisces card in brief is dreams, visions, surrender, paranoia, confusion, a sense of being erased and having fragile boundaries, sensitivity, compassion, serving others, linking up with the collective, wanting to merge, knowing all, but having trouble sorting it out, trouble getting on track, floating and feeling adrift. The sleaze factor, self undoing, getting caught up in the wrong crowd. I would say that this read was definitely kind of along that line. Like, like this man, this man is like his environment is not terribly good. Being caught in a snare, seeing enemies as friends or friends as enemies, sensing much, expect for really bad stuff obvious to others, being gullible, lacking critical thought, joining the crowd when it's not a good idea. There you go. That would be the go with the flow. Go with the flow. He is going along with whatever it is that is happening in this, and he should not be doing that. Going along. What did it say? Lacking critical thought, obvious to others. Well, where the hell did it go? Being gullible, joining the crowd when it's not a good idea. That would be those two go with the flow cards. Carefree and go with the flow. Seeing the best, then turning cynical, candles, perfumes, intoxicating smells, oils, art, painting, music, and poetry. Voice of a universal consciousness, the spirit world, speaking to the dead, being sucked in by old, odd religions or beliefs. Interest in God or spirituality of all kinds, toxins, drugs, allergic responses. The corresponding tarot card to this card is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is generally about waiting, going slow, surrendering. It can be spiritual enlightenment. It can be thinking. It can be, it's a quiet, calm, not getting involved type of energy. So, and in this read, the Hanged Man came up in reversed as the situation. So there is, maybe it's not him that's impatient. Maybe it's somebody in his environment, somebody around him, or it could be him. But the bottom line is everything throughout the read and throughout this card is saying, don't do that. Don't be impatient. Don't take your time. Think things through. Compassion, oneness, art, the unconscious, music, water, and being a victim. So it sounds like somebody out there is about to make a bad choice that is going to cause some serious problems. And I'm telling you, that Knight of Swords, that Knight of Swords, whenever I see that come up in one of my own readings, if I'm looking for some kind of guidance and I see that, it is an instant, oh, yeah. It's not, go ahead and fight your battles, say what you want to say. It is, you're going to go ahead and fight this battle, but you're going through the meat grinder. You're going to not come out victorious. So rethink it. And I think that was probably loud and clear in this reading. And the fact that uh, it appears that he's not the one making the decision. It appears somebody else or many other people are making that decision. Is it nap time yet? Love and blessings.